Ciao Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel, where of course it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto, you know the drill. I'm going to bring you all the news this morning surrounding La Vecchia Signora, right? And most of the news today is preparations for the second half of the season, all right? Players are starting to return back from training. We have the dates of when the World Cup exited players are going to be returning to training. We're going to have some words about camp so far, who looks the most motivated, how Allegri will approach the second half of the season formation-wise, what our midfield is slated to be, and then we'll tackle a little bit of news in terms of a verdict coming for the Super League and a little bit more into this investigation and why I want to put some of those Juventini at ease who still seem unsettled by the news. All right, so let's get into it all right now. All right, Juventini, friendly reminder, like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel, all right? We're going to kick things off talking a bit about the training camp that's going on right now and how things are shaping up for the second half of the season, all right? So right now, Paul Pogba is looking good. It looks like he should be set for the first match of the second half of the season against Cremonese. However, he is trying his best to get a call from Allegri in the friendly December 17th against Arsenal, just to have a few reps before the actual league kicks off. The Barcelona friendly that was booked for 5 days after that one, December 22nd, has fallen through, and that one will not take place anymore, okay? In terms of the camp in general, right now, Max Allegri has about 13 players at his disposal, plus Juve Next Gen, okay? Right now, the basic reports coming out of camp say that Locatelli seems highly motivated, okay? And we know the news. I posted it on the daily update videos of when he returned ahead of everybody and was only focused on getting himself where he needs to be for the second half of the season. Locatelli is a beauty. Make no mistake about it, Juventini. Now, in terms of the rest of training and whatnot, obviously December 12th and 13th are going to be the dates that we're going to expect some of our World Cup exited players returning. McKennie, the Poles, Milik and Szczesny, and also, of course, Kostic and Vlahovic. So December 12th and 13th are when those players will be returning. Now, in terms of what Max is going to do, it is being reported that he is going to continue on with a 3-5-2. Our midfield should end up being Rabiot, Locatelli, and Pogba. That seems to be the main midfield that we're probably going to see once Pogba returns. And honestly, I think it's going to be a good mix, and I think it'll work out quite well. I have no problems with that three-man midfield. Many questions that are probably arising already is who plays on the left, Pogba or Rabiot. I've seen Rabiot play on the right, and I think he'd be just fine there, and I'm not all in on this left-footed player has to play the left side, especially not at the center midfield position. So I don't think it's going to be an issue, all right? But that is the early signs coming out of the training break at Juventus. Obviously, they're going to be in training. They're going to have that friendly 17th. They're going to shut things down on December 23rd, all right? And then final break for the holidays, and then back in January, first matchup against Cremonese. Now, the investigations, the ongoing investigations and wiretaps and everything, starting to quiet down and everything, but there's still a lot of Juventini that are messaging me. They're sending me news outlets of where it says it is just as bad as Calciopoli and whatnot. It is not. You have to filter where you get your news, and you have to look at it. I laughed at one because it was literally a pro-Napoli news outlet that said this is like Calciopoli. All I can say is this. Two of the big key figures involved in Italian football, obviously the president of Serie A and even Coni, have literally stated yesterday, which was the first time that there was a public addressing on the matter. They literally both said, Cassini and Malago both stated, this is not Calciopoli. The fear of that is not there. They do, however, want things cleared up quickly. All right, there's another set of wiretaps today coming out by Gazzetta. It seems like Gazzetta is trying to do their best to just keep those clicks rolling in, keep everybody in a frenzy and whatnot. But they sent out wiretaps of Cherubini and Bertola over the Locatelli deal, where Cherubini basically is heard saying that to Bertola, look, if I am in a partnership with somebody, I expect better treatment than, say, Arsenal, in which you've never dealt with. Look, there is nothing wrong with anything Cherubini has said in that particular wiretap that was posted and surfaced this morning. There's nothing wrong with that. That makes perfect sense. In business, if I'm in business with somebody and somebody comes in, I expect to have better treatment than somebody I've never dealt with before. It's called loyalty. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, the basis of everything they're going on, there are no measurables and there's nothing stating you have to sell a player for a certain amount. There's nothing stating, oh, this bonus is not correct for this player or whatnot. There is nothing of the sort, okay? Gravina, head of FIGC, already said that regardless of the case, it didn't affect Juve's registering. I expect registration issues to fall out with UEFA. But domestically in Serie A, absolutely not. For anybody that is still concerned, I want to tell you this, okay? There is a reason that other club officials, presidents, and whatnot are very hush-hush on this matter, okay? There is a reason. These guys would jump at the opportunity to dig our grave for us in situations. There is a reason they are all very, very quiet on this matter. And you know what that reason is? Because they do the exact same thing. Okay? So what they're trying to tie in today, and this is what the report is today, that Juventus, Udinese, Sampdoria, Atalanta, these clubs were working with Juventus and they were helping them, and that affects the sporting matter. It's unfair. Guess what? You can take another team and they will have a set group that they deal with, that they obviously assist one another. Again, there are no rules and regulations that state that you cannot sell a player for an amount that's deemed appropriate by the other team. If this team accepts this player for set amount, it's final. It's done. It's good. That's the bottom line. So the reason these other teams are quiet about it is because they do the exact same thing. Okay? And the league knows this. Everyone knows this. If they opened up this can of worms, it would go not only beyond Juventus, it would go all across Italy. And not only that, but it would have to go across world football. This happens, okay? There is absolutely nothing wrong based on the rules and regulations of the league domestically, Serie A. A financially publicly traded company, though, then there's problems. And with Europe, where there's registrations, then there's problems. But domestically, no. So to continue talk about Calciopoli, relegation, whatnot, I don't see anything that could bring it to that point. So I hope that puts your minds at ease, Juventini, okay? But that is it. The final piece of news breaking through today. In 10 days' time, we will have the first verdict on the Super League, all right? So there you have it. That's your news break to today, Juventini. Again, I hope I can ease your mind through these unsettling times, but let's just continue to wait it out. The one thing is that one thing that's different from Calciopoli to now is that, like I said on the live shows, Juventus will fight if they have to. And they have every right to, because what's going on is absolutely ridiculous. And this case has been thrown out multiple times already, and now it's trying to go to a criminal type of court, just because I simply feel the prosecutors can't handle the fact that they lost. So I don't really know. But to be honest, the whole thing is a joke. I expect it to be finished. I expect things to continue as they are in league. Europe's going to be a different story. But as I mentioned yesterday, Evelina Kristelin, if she joins as a board member, very close with Sefrin, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. That is the only piece that I'm really curious about, is the UEFA and the European competition. Other than that, I'm not concerned about anything domestically, all right? there you have it, Juventini. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video. Okay, I'll keep you going through the week, and then Saturday, expect a live, and I'm trying to have a very, very special guest joining me on Saturday, all right? So, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ease those troubled minds, everybody. Ciao.